Hi folks, it's Bill here. Welcome to part 2 of the Chinese elm cutting video. There shouldn't have been a part 2. Part 1 should have been enough. The idea was to record 2 videos. One with me doing all the work, and then another video of me just explaining what I was doing, more or less, and then put the 2 together. A bit like what I'm going to do with this one, but I didn't think it would work very well for some reason, so I decided to make a part 2. And so part 1, you heard me talk about what I was doing, but I actually didn't do it in that video. But you're going to see it in this video. And basically all it was I was taking cuttings from this Chinese elm, which really needed a cutting. It probably still does. And trying to propagate them, put them into a fish tank that I purchased from Amazon, which is a cool little fish tank. Yeah, I take all the filter out and stuff like that, and then put a soil mixture in it and put the cuttings in it. So in this video I'm just going to play the video over here, or I might disappear altogether, and so I'm just going to do a little commentary and let you know what I'm actually doing in the first video. So I'm just going to play it now. So what you see is just a little storage box I've got in my little bit of the back garden there, where I keep all sorts of soils and tubs and things, and some of my tools. And I don't know if you can see the bonsai, that the Chinese elm that's going to get a haircut is just there, just off to the centre right. So I'm just getting a few scoops of multi-purpose compost, and then I take some vermiculite and pour some of that in, and I cut open a bag of perlite as well, and throw some of that in too. Did you notice how my little scoop thing changed from a scoop to scissors all of a sudden? Excellent editing. If you missed it, you can go back and watch it again. So I didn't know how much I needed, so because I hadn't measured how much I needed in the fish tank, but I thought I'd maybe get more than I thought I would. Probably best that I made a wee bit more, so I added some more multi-purpose compost there. When you take cuttings, you really don't need any multi-purpose compost. You can grow it in perlite and vermiculite or whatever, but I like to have the organic component there. So that's me just mixing it in and try to assess if I've got enough. So the little round tray, which is a base for a pot, is for putting the cutting hormone on, and there's the victim right there, the Chinese elm. It badly needs a haircut. And the jug of water is to put the cuttings in, so there's no danger of them drying out. It was quite a dull, damp day anyway, so it was probably unlikely to happen, but better safe than sorry, eh? To be honest, I didn't know how many cuttings this tank would take, so I just gave the elm a haircut anyway, and just stuffed everything into the jug. I actually bought a different version of the rooting hormone, but it's away somewhere and I couldn't quite find it, so I just used this one that I had lying around. But I don't know how good it is. So I've cut the video a little bit and zoomed in. So what I've done was I've stripped some of the leaves off the bottom, trimmed the bottom part to near a little node, and some of the longer ones I just cut them in half, try to take 2 cuttings from some of the really long ones. And with some of the cuttings I left 2 leaves, some with 3, some 4 leaves, just to see how things would go. At that point I thought I might have had enough, but I wasn't sure how many I needed or would fit in. So here comes the Amazon purchase. This desktop fish tank with a back filter. This is the opening. Unboxing. This is the unboxing video. I really should think about moving my camera to different angles, and I always seem to be getting my arm in the way all the time. So I was actually quite impressed when I got it out the box. It looked like a really cool piece of kit. Nice little tech, with the filter all in like a little back panel there. In the lid there's little USB connectors and a little button for turning the light on and off. Only use one of the USB connectors, USB-C, and then there's 2 other USB. I don't know what they're for, but I'm sure they all are there for. I don't know why there's 3. I do not know why there's 3 connectors there. And you just take that filter out, and that's all the filter with all the bits and pieces in it. It's just quite a nice idea. And it comes with a cable as well for plugging in to power the lights in the lid. And these are all the LEDs. So when you press the on button, the first thing that comes on is the middle strip of LEDs, and that is the white light, just pure white. And then when you press it again, you get the white and the blue strip that comes on. You press it again, the blue turns off and the red turns on, so it's a white and red. And then another press, you get the red, the white and the blue on. Or I think it's just I think it's just the blue on its own, which looks really weird. It's like ultraviolet, and maybe that's to help, maybe some fish light up with ultraviolet light. It could be to do with that, I don't know. But again, with one of the presses, I think it might be the next press, all three LED strips light up. And because there's red and there's blue there and white, I think that's ideal for growing plants, and it could act like a little grow light. So it turns out that the amount of soil that I made was actually just about right. It filled the tank about halfway, and I was a wee bit worried it was a bit too much. So I did take some out, and then I thought, no, I'm just going to put it back in because it'll compress down a little bit anyway. So I did take some out and put it back in again. And I was trying to measure how long the stems would be if I needed to put them in straight down or at an angle into the soil. So I put all the soil back in. So then with a little chopstick, made a little hole and started putting the cuttings in. Again, the camera angle's a wee bit terrible here. I'm kind of off the camera, and you think you're not. You think you've got it right. It's hard to check because you'd have to be leaning around and looking at the screen on the phone, because it was recorded on my phone. When I say camera, it's actually my phone is being recorded on. So there's about 3 or 4 leaves on that one. There's actually 5 leaves on that one, and there's 3s and 2s and 4s. Various. Some of them are a wee bit flimsier than others. Some are a wee bit stiffer than others. You know, the woodiness of the cuttings. So I sped it up a wee bit because it's like just the same old day. Fortunately, coming up I do change the angle to make it a wee bit easier to see. So as you can see, I leave some leaves on the cutting, strip the other leaves off, cut it so that it's just at a node, cut it just below a node, dip the bottom part, bottom inch or so of that into the rooting hormone, make a little hole, pop it in and firm it in a little tad. As you can see, I just trimmed it to a node there, just below a leaf, and then peeled the leaves off, keeping a few for photosynthesis reasons. And about the bottom inch of it went into the hormone. So now I get my hose and put it on a misting setting and just give it a watering stroke mist. Oh, to dampen the soil as well as mist the leaves. One day I'll figure out why there's 3 connectors on the back of that. I only use the USB-C port, and that's the cable there that come with it. So that's it sitting on my windowsill actually in the house. All messed up just after I took it in. and it looks quite cool. It looks like a great little propagator. And now it's on, away from the window, sitting on a little table, and they're going to put the lights on. So you've got the white light. I'm not sure if I'll go through the sequence here, let's have a look. I've got the white and blue, you've got white and red, you've got the blue, it looks ultraviolet, and then you've got red, the white and blue lights all there, and that's them off. So that is the sequence to the lights. And that's it, just back to white again. And I thought, how cool is that? A cracking little propagator. Like I say, there's got vents on the top of the roof as well, so it's there, you can see. So it's not going to, you're going to get air. So it will need misted, I would imagine, regularly. So it's sitting in my living room, and at this time of year it's not going to really be in danger if I put on the windowsill of drying out for the sun. Not at this time of year. So, but it will get some of the daylight because I have a south facing garden. So that is the part 2 of the Chinese elm cutting video, and I hope you liked it. I'll put a link down below in this video, as I did in part 1, to the Amazon, where you can purchase this little fish tank if you want to try it for yourself. Again, it's just an experiment. I'm not saying what I did was 100% correct in how you should be doing things, because I'm just not an expert at cuttings. This year has been my first year proper experimenting with it. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did making it, and please give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I shall see you in the next video, and thank you very much for watching. Bye now.